Hello. Welcome to October's reading. October is going to be a crazy month. We have an eclipse, we have a Friday the 13th, we have a blood full moon. So, of course, we have to pull some energy for twin flames because the energy right now is crazy. If this is your journey, it's your journey. If it's not, please don't try to make it fit. You would know if you're dealing with a divine counterpart like that. It's not even questionable. If you have to question it, maybe it's not it. For example, if you are dealing with a person who is abusive, they could never be a divine masculine or feminine. If you are dealing with someone who is, just kind of afraid of a relationship, or, that's a different story. If you have to know. And by that, I mean toward anyone, not if they've just never, been abusive to you, or if they're just not part of this journey. They could never be, if they are in that kind of an element. So you have to know for yourself where you stand, because sometimes people will message me, and in private readings, I hear all kinds of things, and you have to be able to distinguish what a true divine masculine is and isn't. And if this is your journey and it fits, but otherwise don't force it. Let's pull first a little bit about the divine feminine side. Oh, I think some of you are feeling a little bit stabbed in the back, like you've hit a rock bottom, like all the swords are in you. Maybe there's been a little bit of harsh communication or things you found out, because swords are communication, and that's a lot at one time. But good news is 10s are also completions of cycles, right? So as bad as it was, hopefully that's as bad as it's going to get, So maybe, let's see, King of Swords. Oh, you're dealing with somebody who, this is your energy right now. So you are speaking your truth, ready to live in your truth. When you see the King of Swords never cares what anybody thinks about his path or what he's doing, or, and I think you're in that state right now where that you absolutely have to live in your truth in order to call it in. And what does that mean? That means living your life for you and following your soul's purpose. It means listening to your intuition. It means getting rid of any karmic situations that need to be let go of. This is the time. There's no choice, because if you don't do it on your own, and that's the collective energy, the universe will force it. What did I say? Self-care. This is a time for you to take care of you and realize that comes after heartbreak. Three of Swords is heartbreak. Got a lot of swords here, a lot of communication, but even just a lot of struggles. And again, this comes after heartbreak, and it's self-care. It's when you realize that you have to take care of you in order to be able to give to anyone else. And that's the only way you attract in the right vibe and the right frequency, is if you make sure that you're up there yourself, right? And then we can't accept anything less than that. So let's see, what is your energy right now? Yep, there are a lot of choices for you. You're having lots of dreams, vivid dreams. You're seeing a lot of things right now, and you're seeing them for what they are, and you just have to be careful, because sometimes you don't see it for, you think you do, but not quite. Sometimes it looks pretty on the surface, and then you open it up, and what's in that container but a snake, So you have to be careful, because right now you have a lot of choices presented to you. Why? Because you are more than likely in your Empress mode, and, in your High Priestess mode too. Empress is where you are the embodiment of all the queens, and you are attracting everything into your life. And the High Priestess is where you're living by your intuition, and you know what's right for you. You know what you have to leave behind. Yep, see, that's what you have to leave behind. It's become a very heavy burden, I think, dealing with all of this. And just, I think this is for a lot of you, especially that are in no contact right now. It could have been years since you've been in touch with them. So it feels like it's just been forever and ever, and it's almost like, what are you waiting for? You're just on this journey and on this path, and it's just getting long and hard, and you just want, like, that person to be able to come in and match you energetically. And it's, you almost feel this, like, anxiety to just get it going, get it started. Yep. Sitting there looking out the window like, where the fuck is it? When is it gonna be right? When is it coming in the right way? Which is, I have two paths here. Which one is going to lead me to the whole world? You know, what do I have to leave behind? What has to go forward? What's in motion? But again, that 10 in the 10 of Wands there, it's completions. And look, you have the major arcana version here of this minor arcana card. The universe puts you here in this hanged man position where you just have to sit still, sit calm, listen to yourself, you know, listen to that voice that where you know that this is for your greater good, where you know that there are lessons to be learned, there are things that have to be dealt with, but is it going to be worth the wait? Of course. You just have to really, yep, see? That you don't ever have to worry. Like it's Page of Wands. It's, see in this card, she's got that wand in her hand. It's figuring out which path, like I said, you have to go on and take. Page of Wands is ready. Page of Wands is excited and full of passion and full of fire and ready to make big moves, you know, ready to just go and go forward. Ace of Cups. And with love, too. Love for where your cup is overflowing because you've learned how to love yourself from being in this energy. You've learned how to be able to outpour it to everybody else. And of course, that's the divine feminine energy. That's the, you know, love and care and the nurturing and the, it's just, yeah, Knight of Wands. It just keeps escalating, that excitement that, you know, Knight of Wands is ready to party and be out there and, you know, the just, you know, be careful sometimes about getting too much into that party mode because like I said, right now you're attracting everything and you don't want the wrong energy and vibes to be surrounding you. Strength, you've got it in you to make it to the long haul. Don't worry. They'll show up when they're supposed to, when they're actually ready, and you know, because at the end of the day, people can grow into better versions of themselves in certain ways. They don't change. You know what I mean? Like if you're sitting around waiting on somebody to change the core of who they are, their values and the, you know, the way they approach things in life, they're just not. That's not what changes. What changes is people's reality and perception of, okay, maybe I don't have to make it on my own. Maybe it's time for a partner. Maybe it's time to let go of whatever's in my path that doesn't belong there. That's how we grow and learn. And, you know, you don't necessarily change at the core. Can you change on the surface? Yeah. At the core, not so much. What's the masculine energy about right now? Oh, setting up walls, the wounded warrior. They're living in the poor me. No, not poor you. It's time to put on your big boy underwear and you know, get out there and, yep. It's that independence, just sitting there enjoying life right now, the solitude, but it's the realization that you have to go from the 9 of Pentacles to the 10 of Pentacles, where you learn that, you know, maybe it makes sense with another half who's on the same page, wants to build, wants a legacy, wants that, you know, an Ace of Pentacles is your biggest wish, right? It's wanting to grow it into that. And look at this. Masculines, you're up in your head a lot. Day, night, day, night, day, night, huh? And ironically, that was at the bottom of the deck before for the Divine Feminine's pull. I just didn't mention it because we kept going. But, you know, I think both are in that headspace of thinking a lot about all of this, about the life choices, about the path, about where you're headed, about where you're going. Notice how a lot of these cards aren't like lovers or anything like that, where there's like a combination of the energy, because I think both of you are still kind of growing. And I hate the nonsense of the, you know, you have to heal first. There's no such thing as a person who is healed. Every day of your life, different things come up, different past memories will come up, different, you know, in 20 years from now, you may have to handle something that you thought you were healed from today, but it comes up in a new way and in a new form. Or so I don't believe in that. I believe you just have to figure out ways to learn how to navigate your path, is what it is. It's not that you one day magically wake up and I'm healed, I'm ready for whatever. No, it's not. That doesn't even make sense. You know, there is no such thing as you have to heal, and you're always healing. You're always hurting. You're always growing. You're always, you know, shifting. And it's just victory. You know, sometimes you're the victor. Sometimes you suck and you lose. And this is what happens. It's life. There's up, there's down, there's in between, it's all of it. And right now I think they're starting to feel a little bit more, maybe hopefully after this wounded warrior, poor me, and they're thinking about it, and the realizations that, there's bigger and better and more. Once they start feeling a little bit better, I think, about themselves and their own situations, that's when they can start to move forward. See, he gets on his horse and he starts, so, okay, I'm worth it. That's realizing that that's a victory after a long mental battle, because the Five of Wands is about a mental struggle. Yeah, there's a lot of regrets. A lot of regrets about what was not done properly here. About things that should have been said, could have been said, should have been done, could have been done. Oh, look at this. Oh, hey now. There's a matching energy. How do you like that? They have to learn self-care too. They have to learn that they have to vibe up there in order to attract what's up there as well. Because a true divine masculine is worthy of a true divine feminine too. That's just the reality. It's not the feminines are worthy of course we are, but good, masculines are worthy of a good feminine. That's just the equal exchange. That's the yin and the yang. That's the balance. That's what the universe wants. There are good men, there are good women, they're just Queen of Pentacles. I think they are starting to realize who that Queen of Pentacles is. I think they know your value and your worth and the reality of that. You sit up there pretty on your throne, but you are grounded and your foundation is solid. So at this point, it's a matter of what can they add to that. They're not going to create it. You have already created it. And now they see it and they know that they have to have a piece of it, or it's going to go right past them. Because like I said, you're in an energy right now, you are attracting everything. It's like, just beat on that drum and they all come rushing in. Are you smart enough to decipher what's good and what isn't? Yeah, right now you are. Maybe you weren't always, but by now you absolutely know what's good for you, what isn't. Yeah, look at this. Aren't they excited? It's the most phallic card we have in the deck, right? The masculines are so attracted to you. Physically, in every other way. Like, look, they value you. They see you as that queen, Let's see. What other energy? Oh, and look, I think some of you may start to get communication if you haven't had it, or maybe better communication. Look, it's the willingness to put in the work. That's that card. You have to have that one before you have the Ten of Pentacles. You have to want to put in the equal effort, and they are more than willing to put it in now. Yeah, the ego has to be put down. This is that ego energy. Be careful, masculines, about falling into this energy of where you'll just keep fighting to make sure you win, even if it's at all costs, because sometimes, you're gonna lose at some point. You can't keep going in this energy because, look, eventually people just walk away. So you have to be cautious of that, of what kind of energy you're putting out there right now, masculines, because if that's the space you're in, look at this. There's another matching energy. The feminines don't need it because there are many, many choices, So it's time that where if your feminine is worthy of what you have to offer, because you're worthy of you and the energy you're putting out there too to be reciprocated, then this is time to you're hitting the awakening. It's time for you to move forward and go out there. You are the masculine. You're supposed to lead in this, right? You're supposed to be the chaser at this point, not the runner who is afraid of higher levels of 5D things that are not even the 3D doesn't even make sense on that level. That's how passionate and strong and exciting this kind of an energy is. You know, you're a power couple together. And I think the masculines are finally starting to realize that. Why would they need to settle? You know, same with the feminines. They realized a long time ago there's no need to settle because what's meant for them is so much bigger. And I think you're finally starting to hear that calling to masculines. You know, you're seeing the signs, everything is there for you to awaken. You know, that's why at the bottom of it all, that final card here is the Hermit. And underneath that, what's that? Walking away. You're walking away. They're learning to walk away from what is not working so they can head straight to their Empress. What did I tell you before? That's the lineup underneath it all. You can't make it up. Let's see what the connected energy is here. Let's see what happens together for both. If the masculines come forward and you have communication at this point, what's going to happen? Let's see. Where does that bring the energy together? How does it bring it together? Sorry, I had like 7 conversations happening in my head at the same time. Oh, look at this. Okay. Yeah. Oh, and remember before we were talking about the healing. There's that card of the healing. It's because you're meant to heal together through this lifetime. This is the star card. It's wishing upon a star. It's getting your biggest wish. It's healing and growing. And like I said, that's a continuous thing. This is a major arcana card. So together is how you heal all of those karmic ties and everything that you were meant to do here. You have to do your own growing, and then together you grow in such a different way, where here she is again. It's the Queen of Pentacles. You know, it's wanting to hold on to that Queen of Pentacles. This is keeping everything you've got and keeping it real close, making sure that what's yours doesn't escape. And the reality is, if it's meant to be yours, it can't. You know, there's nobody else can have what's yours if it's supposed to be yours. The universe wouldn't allow it. That person wouldn't allow it. I don't even know how to explain that. Like, if somebody wants you and only you, they could never even fathom being with someone else or cheating on you with someone else. You know, a divine masculine doesn't do that. If he's still in that kind of behavior, or if he ever if he was promised you're supposed to be faithful or something like that, or made any implications of it and wasn't, or it's not a divine energy. That's not a divine masculine. Keep moving. You will find him. Maybe that was a catalyst. Maybe there was a karmic that had to be cleared. Whatever it is, that's not what we hold on to. What we hold on to are true divine men. Yep, the ones that you have no problem bowing down to when it's worth it, when the energy is reciprocated. There's your 9 of Cups. That's being able to be indulgent and being able to be indulgent together. Yeah, there it is again, the 8 of Pentacles, the willingness to put in the work. And I think you both have, just in different ways, which tells me that, you know, like the energy predicts right now, there's going to be lots of communication. There's going to be lots of divine couples that get together, this year. Lots of realizations, because so many karmic cycles are being cleared. Ones from years and years and years that have to clear in order for this new energy to come in. There is no way you'd be able to be on the right frequency to call it in if these other things weren't already happening. And you can feel the shift. You know what's happening, divine feminines and divine masculines. You know it too. You know it's time for this great big shift and whatever is happening to happen for everybody on this journey. Big changes, big energy this month. Use it wisely, and hopefully this was helpful, and I'll see you guys soon.